My wonderful mom got me a green screen for Christmas.
Shout out moms, we love moms.
A lot of my early memories do involve the Nintendo 64 and just sort of, playing Mario Kart, Mario Party with my parents, and then like Iggy's Wrecking Balls, Chameleon Twist, and then of course like Super Mario 64, and then of course Donkey Kong 64. Damn. I mean, real quickly, I hope the quality is okay, the audio especially. I've had to redo a lot of this because I'm brand new. I just set this all up like a few days ago, so.
Spyro, Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter, right? You had your Sly Coopers, you had your Crash Bandicoots. Games were so good.
Man, the days just lounging on the couch playing Pokemon for 12 hours or something and just not caring and just, time just whatever, dude.
New Super Mario Bros, right? Playing with like your brother, your friend. You only need one cartridge. You could just throw shells at each other for hours, dude. It was so sick. Gosh, Black Ops 1 before Call of Duty became a steaming pile of poop.
You think you're fucking sick, dog? You think with your red ass forehead and shit, you think you're sick, dude? This is my fucking planet, dog. Like, what do you think? What do you think you're doing, dude? This is the bubblegum ranch that you pulled up to, dog.
So I wanted to talk about some cool games that did things right, some potential that has yet to be hit in the industry, and just sort of, walk down memory lane as I practice using the green screen, guys. Something tells me to start with Minecraft, and I remember in 7th grade downloading the game on the school's computer, and we all had one account. It was like Silly Sally 420. Andy Franklin, shout out Andy Franklin, let everybody in the school use his account, so we were all logged in at the same time, because that's how sort of prehistoric Minecraft was at that time in development. We just had cobblestone, we just had like, regular logs and I think oak logs. We had cows and spiders and chickens, I think, and that was pretty much it. So you would just build like a dirt castle in the sky. Ho ho, I'll defend this fort with my wooden sword. And to heal, I'll eat one of my 47 pork chops I have stored in my chests. Dude, and like, we were so proud of our dirt castles, dude. And the teacher would come by and you just open another browser or whatever you're supposed to be doing. So
Smash Bros. Melee, it was probably the defining game of my childhood, playing that with my friends and just, getting better and better. There were so many different characters to practice, and it just really, I think, cemented in my head that like video games can be this like repeating art form, sort of like a sport where you're getting better and better and better and better and better, and it's like these micro adjustments that you make along the way. Something happened there, so yeah. I think Walt from the lovely YouTube channel Turn Down for Walt will do a better job summarizing what the scene sort of looked like for a lot of aspiring players at the beginning, and sort of, touch on what made it so captivating. And his channel is absolutely incredible. Please go check it out if you're interested in learning about Smash Bros.
Okay, so Super Smash Bros. Melee released in 2001, and for fans of my channel, you probably already know the deal by now, but it was as grassroots as it comes. The game was, for lack of a better word, messy, unbalanced, and absolutely not built for the formal, buttoned-up esports ecosystem you may see from other mainstream titles. Combine that with Nintendo's sheer, hatred for their own games, I guess, and there was no developer support in sight, which is perhaps a story for another video. That meant no patches, it barely had prize pools, sponsors were difficult to come by, hell, it didn't even have modern technology to play it on, quite literally nothing you would expect from a modern competitive game. And yet, people still played. What emerged was a brutally technical meta that is still advancing to this day, featuring things like wave dashing, L canceling, shield pressure, tech jacing, Koopa backdash, waveslide, hoverwalk, moonlands, you get it. Movement and finesse that rewarded time and dedication without all that much of a tangible reward. This game was a sandbox for the obsessive, but more importantly, it felt like it was the purest form of skill expression. You didn't win because your character got buffed or because you dodged nerfs in the latest patch. You won because you were simply better than your opponent at Melee, and your hands could keep up.
Dude, I remember being scared of like Luigi's Mansion. First of all, how did he afford that place in this economy? No, for real though, the freaking baby in that game was like genuinely scary. I think it was one of the first bosses, and I think I stopped there. Alright guys, let's give Internet Pit Stop our attention. He is the best in the business in my opinion, and one of my biggest inspirations. So he's going to talk about the vibe, atmosphere, and what made Zelda Twilight Princess so great.
Hello? Ice Spice. Nah, I didn't save your number. But they make up for that simple design with atmosphere and aesthetic and of course, the really cool experiences. I might not remember solving some crazy out-of-the-box puzzle or anything like that, but I do remember having the monkeys swing me to the boss room. I remember using the iron boots to stick to the ceiling through magnetism. I remember Tony Hawk 360 kickflipping my way through the Arbiter's Grounds. I also enjoyed how many of these dungeons had me constantly swapping between regular Link and Wolf Link. Like I have this pretty traumatic memory where I was in the Arbiter's Ground and like Link was walking all slow and I was like, what the f going on? I was trying to figure it out. And then I turned to a wolf and turned on my senses and there was these ghost rats infesting me.
Dude, Little Big Planet, it's like the most slept on, like you could make worlds and you could join other people's worlds, dude, and you could like them and other people could hop to yours and it was just like, yo, and just, yo. You could be like uploading your creations and they like, you know, artificial intelligence in the game in terms of like giving different creations brains. You could have them move, have different sensors and react to different behaviors. And of course, people could of course play those levels as you intended. I made so many like little mini games and stuff and it was like, it really stretched a part of my brain that I don't think was being stretched at that time. So random shout, but I had so much fun playing New World of all things actually, but that game sucks, like because it's Amazon and they ruined it. They did everything possible that they could have done, like any decision that they could have made, they made the wrong one, and it was just like, dude, what's going on here? The Outpost Rush mode though, so fun. I have a lot of cool just memories and stuff, just meeting people, because the servers were relatively small, so you could talk to like the same people and over again. There was like clan stuff, and then of course I did actually get into the wars, which was like so dope actually, because there was like 60 people in a Discord call. It was crazy. What's going on? What's going on? You know, highest grossing multimedia franchise in human history, larger than Disney, larger than Star Wars, larger than Call of Duty, larger than Hello Kitty. Look, dude, I got a Clefairy. I got a Vaporeon over there. I hit 99 in the world on doubles OU. I do be playing that Pokemon Showdown because the base competitive Pokemon game is so wonderful underneath all of the convoluted bull crap that the actual games force the player to do for basically no justifiable reason. It does not add any intrinsic value with the EV-IV system. Sometimes it takes hours and hours. People hire other people to go and get their Pokemon for them when they're competitive players, because a lot of the times you need 20 different copies of 20 different Pokemon games. Blissey is just incredible to watch. Please go check him out if you're interested in learning more about professional Pokemon. He's going to just, touch on some nuances that these professional players have to face when building teams.
Competitive Pokemon has a serious accessibility issue. In the official tournament series, you have to catch and train every single Pokemon on your own for your team. This might not sound like much of a problem. One would think that you should play the game in order to compete. But this is so difficult that it leads to tons of people using hacks or cheats to build their teams. And in the last few World Championships has led to a lot of disqualifications and penalties. As of now, there's 3 big problems insofar as acquiring a team goes: transfer Pokemon, time, and the Switch 2. To see how bad these things are, I offered to make a team without glitching, cheating, or hacking for a player entering the Pokemon World Championships. Toronto top 8 player Benny VGC accepted. So let's see the team and talk about our problems that we'll have to overcome. When making a team like this, I want to do my best to do it in the way that the Pokemon Company would approve of. No glitches, no hacks, etc. I also like to have a timer going to see how long this process takes. But speaking of time, what about the Nintendo Switch 2?
It's so egregious, they come out with multiple copies for each generation of basically the same game, but they lock certain Pokemon behind those games. So you have to buy multiple copies. Then you have to buy Pokemon Home, Pokemon Bank, Pokemon Schlingo, my Schlongo. Dude, I don't even know if you're trying to actually take advantage and play the official VGC video game. Okay, fellas, well, it looks like that the community's speculating they did remove EVs and IVs for the upcoming champions. Huge W, let's go. So yeah, I played League of Legends for about 10 years. Shout out Joe, he bought me a ticket to the Semi-World Championships. It was so cool to see people cheer for a video game, just like a sport, right? It was crazy, surreal. They gave you those things that you could whack together and make a noise, those little blow up things. And bro, it was...
like, even though I only have a man on the floor, I think he's in the bed. Oh, Faker may be in trouble here. Deathmark tries to clean it up for Ryu. Oh, look at the cleanse, look at the moves. Faker, what was that?
Faker with a huge play, the QSS.
I can't believe I just saw
he
that.
actually won that duel.
I can't
as
believe that
SK
happened.
One down.
Oh, GG's, huh?
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Let him in.
One thing that OSRS and MMOs in general do something very great, and it gives you a social hub, right? It gives you a place to gather, literally, like physically with your character in certain areas of the game. You could talk to people directly or in public chat that way most of the time. There's all different sorts of channels, your private chat, your clan chat. I'm in a clan with hundreds of different people, and it's so cool to play the game with those people. Of course, there's Discord now, so right, like everything that happens, they're like posting pictures in Discord, and it's just like so hype. Same with me now, and it makes everything you do a little, carry that much more weight and mean a little bit, more. And then of course Fortnite, right? I used to love Fortnite. I played the heck out of it. It's a great game if you've never tried it. I think that these kind of games with these huge companies behind them, if the companies remain intact morally, there is a bright future in terms of quality. And of course we have the indie, scene. Shout out Silk Song, right? Some notable ones at the end here. Elden Ring, man, when you turn that corner, you walk into the Lakes of Liurnia. I haven't played Baldur's Gate, but goodness gracious, a game like that in that genre with those kind of mechanics being game of the year, all that stuff, I think it was anyway. And then of course you have Declare Obscure recently, which I'm gonna dive into, get back to you guys soon on that. Real quickly at the end, I've been wanting to get a green screen for like my whole life pretty much, and thank you, Mom, one more time. Love you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna get a little bit better at this. I hope you guys can come back, stick around, maybe hit that sub button, dude. Sheesh. Like the video, leave a comment, tell me what's up, dude. Tell me how freaking sick my outfit is. I got all this for Christmas and was like, yo, that's a fit, dog. I'm gonna go cuddle with my cat. I love you so much. I have a Red Bull to drink as well, so it's gonna get friggin' hype up in here, dude. So sheesh. Have a beautiful day. Much love. Goodbye.
Oh.